Hello guys! Whoop, it's not focused. Let's see. Good morning guys! I hope you have a wonderful day today. It's the first weekend in March and it's sunny and we feel like it's spring already, though I would have wished that we would have felt winter more like last year. Today we are at Chateau Heritage with 209 Lebanese Wine. We are going to visit the winery and taste their selection of wine that's... I'm not gonna tell you about it now. We're gonna hear about it. We're gonna hear about it shortly from the owners of the winery. So stay tuned.
Hello, Sahla. Welcome to Chateau Heritage. The building that you're standing in is an old school that was built in 1927. In fact, you're standing in the courtyard. It went through different changes, different stages, from being a school to being a carton factory to being a farm. And we decided to just refurbish the place. And we added the upstairs floor, which includes a restaurant and a boutique. When I started very primitively in 1997, namely with these two machines there, the aggrappoir fouloir and the pressoir. The press is a manual press. I had a much more beautiful body back then. Muscles, and I had a waistline like that. And I used to press 500 kilos. But nowadays I work my fingers. The same pressoir does the same job, but it does 5,000 kilos. But I have a big belly, sir. I have God, and then there's my father who's below God by a few inches. And he believed so much in me that I somehow convinced him, you know what, I can weld my own stainless steel vats. وصدق المسكين الخبرية, he believed that story. And he financed, and for 15 years I did weld my own vats. But these are not it. إذا عم تطلعوا والله لك شاطر. These are not it. You're gonna see the ones that I did. They're still the mules of this business. They do most of the work. But then for the cover of the magazine, it's the beautiful, sexy vest. Okay? This is it. Yeah, as a craft, I evolved. أول شيء, I used to hammer حتى يصيروا هون خبطهم. Then I discovered there's a machine that actually twists that. But ليش wine that needs to be aged go into one of our 3 cellars. هلا ننزل على 1 cellar. The boxes that you're seeing are the first 2 years that I did wine. This is the 88 year and the 91. At the time, I did not have a winery. So I had to work these wines at somebody else's winery, namely the Nakat family. Because the Lebanese wine is extremely spicy because of the hot weather, and French oak is wine that's extremely peppery. So when we started using American oak, we started winning awards of best Lebanese wine in the world. The French barrels are used for cognac, and the American oak is used for the wines. It's a humongous sin. It's a sin. It's a sin to compare new wines with old wines. The new wine is like a human being. It's like any teenager. It's kicking and screaming and all over the place. ما عارف حاله وين رايح. هيك. ضايع. This is fresh wine. Wine starts to age and starts to peak, and it's the best time to consume it. A wine that has a potential to age, usually they buy a case or two, and they open per year to see how it's growing up, you know, to follow its life. هلا from the peak, كمان like any human being, starts the inevitable decline. It becomes old and it flattens. When you age the wine, it still has a lot of value, but not necessarily in the taste. If you open a bottle of wine, an old wine, and it's still good, it has to be enjoyed and appreciated for what it is. Thank you. What started as really purplish in color becomes brick red. In order to consume that wine, you have to decant it and leave it open for a few hours so that the oxygen comes back again, and you know, it's just like stretching. You've been sleeping for a while. Just like any human being, the age, the experience that he has honed, that's showing on his face and body. Same thing with the wine. The experience is in the life experience, the life cycle that he had. It's in the bottom of the bottle. Honestly, you have to enjoy an old bottle of wine like that.
Now we're gonna start with the wine tasting, and we're gonna taste some cognac.
I know. Happy.
I didn't know that. I have been corrected. It's brandy, not cognac, because we are not allowed to.
It's like method champagne.
Like champagne. Yes. Champagne and vin mousseux.
I think there's only one country that's been granted this appellation.
Wow. Wine tasting first, then food tasting after. Thank you.
I'll tell you the story about the Cuvée Saint-Elie. Cuvée Saint-Elie, the white, I did not add it in barrels. I added oak staves to the vats. So instead of putting the wine in the barrel, we put the barrel in the wine. The red Saint-Elie, my father is a man who his father died when he was 7. He did himself out of nothing. This bottle is the last year that we worked the vineyards together. It was the 2014 season. He died on the 2nd of January 2015. So we thought, what can we do to commemorate his life? This is the bottle that we decided, my brothers and I, this is the homage to my father. Okay? And it has 2 grapes, Cabernet Sauvignon and the Sensu. Cabernet Sauvignon is the most resilient grape variety in the world. No matter where you cultivate it, it flourishes. My father used to say exactly like the Lebanese people. Put them anywhere in the world, same as Cabernet Sauvignon. On the other extreme, you have Pinot Noir. Definitely above the Pinot, there is the Sensu. Sensu is the oldest Lebanese grape, and this is what, since I'm 4th generation winemaker, well, we blended both extremes. The result was a fantastic wine that, inshallah, no, it's fitting.
We will cheer for him. خلاص.
We're gonna try all the wine family. It's a blend of Chardonnay, Viognier, Sauvignon Blanc, and 5% of Muscat.
Cheers.
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 Saint-Elie. Thank you. The entry-level wine, it's called 9. It's a blend of 9 different grape varieties, the most popular in the central Beqaa. And it's a wine designed to be consumed with or without food. It's a true representation of what the Lebanese bouquet is, and it is unoaked.
Thank you. واو لا قوي طريقة كتير.
My previous century bottle. Yeah.
Woohoo! Merci. Cheers to your dad. Cheers. Yellow.
The oldest Lebanese grape was sensu. Anything else was considered stock feed. طعمولة المعزة والغنم. When I saw these grapes, I was amazed. It's I like to call that place of the vineyard the coin de vue. It makes about 6,000 bottles every year of Cab and Syrah. The vineyard is so old. The wine is extremely dense. I'm sure you're gonna love this wine and appreciate it.
So now we're going for the lunch. We're gonna have lunch, and as I filmed before, it's extremely appetizing. The music is behind me, and then after that we're gonna have, I think, some dessert and some cognac or I don't know what, and chocolate wine. I hope you can hear me above the music. So yalla, let's have some lunch. لازم. لا بس واو بقوسي.
So we're gonna try this next, and then we finish with a 10-year-old. We cannot call it cognac, so it's a 10-year-old brandy, and it's distilled out of the 9th grape. It is uncut, so it's 68% alcohol. ما تمزح كثير معه أحسن ما تلفه. So we're gonna start with Vinois, and then we move to the chocolate wine, and we finish with Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. يعني le blasphème de l'cuvée, بس ما بتخلصوا بعد, so I couldn't finish the glasses. This is the chocolate wine, by the way. Wow. Amazing. Bring forth the brandy. Lord have mercy. I just got back home, and to conclude this vlog, I would like to thank 209 Lebanese Wine and Chateau Heritage for this wonderful day. We've tasted a lot of amazing wines, delicious ones to be honest, and it was quite an interesting thing, and knowing the story and the backgrounds and getting to meet the founder of Chateau Heritage, it was quite a nice trip. You can find Chateau Heritage on 209 Lebanese Wine's website. I hope you liked this vlog. I hope you enjoyed your coming with me, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and click on that bell. I think it's something you're supposed to do now, and I'll see you very soon. Ciao!